Hey, we're here on the sideline today. We've got a special guest with us, and I'm always doing this, by the way, Don, and it's not good. I have to look at the camera, not Grant, because I'm always thinking I'll look at Grant, but looking at the camera.
Which camera do I look
So
at?
we have a Don Sanchez. He's the owner of Titan Services. As we've talked about, Titan is our lead sponsor at the sideline, and Don has been with us since he was a young player here at CYA years and years ago. Now he's an old player. He's a Giants fan, so we're going to let him slide on that a little bit. I know all the Giants fans are probably going to kick me around a little bit now, but one of these days we'll have a Don stand up on the counter and show you his leg with all the Giants tattoos, but we're not going to do that today. So we're here to welcome you, Don. Thanks for coming in today. Thanks for sponsoring the show and participating. And we'd kind of like to know, maybe you want to tell everybody what you do, what your company does, and why you're here today.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to be sharing the mic here with Zack.
You can just talk, man. It'll be all right. You got a big, loud voice.
Yeah.
A little bit of what we do. We started off as a power washing business. Through the years, we grew. We now offer painting, interior and exterior painting, landscaping. We also offer multiple services. We also offer, when you're selling a home, we also help provide the funds, and then we help settle at closing. So, that's a big part of what we do now. But still, the power washing, I would say it's our bread and butter. That's how we started, and I give big thanks to Coach Mark when I used to work for him with Deck Shield. So we took those fundamentals and we're able to grab it and take it on to the next. So
Well, and we Don has done so much work for us here at the field house and throughout CY. People don't know that we have our fields lined every year, multiple times a year. Don's team does that for us. So he's been his daughter's a soccer player, which is cool. Played for our program for a while, and so we've had him around a long time here at the field house. We actually did a whole lot of construction last year. We remodeled the fitness center, ended up painting the fitness center, and you guys were here overnight so that they could kind of work themselves in so it wouldn't disrupt any of the activities we have here. So that was pretty cool. In the front of the building.
Yeah, the front of the building. They did all that around the same time. So we can speak for ourselves that the work is pretty great.
Yep. Yeah, there's no doubt. And we tell everybody, if you need that sort of work, if you need anything, pressure washing, painting, deck work, repair work, wood rot on your house, roofing, right? You guys, landscaping and roofing, you've got guys that you can lead our membership to. So all of that would be, if you need any of that, it'd be great to have.
And we'll be painting the inside here soon, so we'll have a nice
portfolio there.
Well, we need to get the floor in the lobby done. We talked about it.
That'll be the next project. We're gonna redo the floor so you can epoxy that one night for us.
Yep, and if you're watching on the internet, you can zoom into that. It's Titan Solutions, and there's a Don's phone number. So there you go, Don. But since we got you here, Scotty's got a little trivia for you. So we call this little segment that we do with Scotty did Scotty just make that up? That's what we call our...
Yeah. See if Scotty can stump us. He said he was coming prepared today.
I'm coming prepared, but before I do my trivia question, I just want to thank Adon for being a sponsor for the sideline. I appreciate you coming out today.
No, you're welcome. I appreciate you guys for the opportunity. It's a blessing to be here and then be able to, do work here at the field house. Also be able to line stripe all the fields. Even through the weather, right? When it's raining and we're out there getting it done last minute. So
love it, man. It's the little things that matter make our programs good.
Absolutely,
it's awesome. Okay, how about a little trivia? You guys are football fans. As he just mentioned, I know Don is a football fan as well. Like to have a guest here for trivia. I don't think this question is too hard, but it's interesting. Okay, you ready? In the history of the NFL, which position has the most touchdowns?
That's a good one.
I'm going to say that one is actually pretty easy.
The quarterback position.
Well, when you say touchdowns, you mean like carrying it over the goal line.
The person who has the ball when they enter the end zone.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Touchdown.
So passing
touchdowns do not count. No. If you count passing touchdowns, then you would have to the person that catches the ball.
Yeah, so...
And quarterbacks can have a lot of touchdowns, too, by running it in.
Yeah, they can.
Is this from the inception of the NFL?
This is from the inception of the NFL.
So
I'm going running back.
1965-ish.
Running backs.
I'm gonna say receivers just because the obvious answer is running back. In the inception of the NFL, they didn't throw so much.
So this
but I'm
is
still
the entire
history of the NFL.
Yeah,
what
because
position?
back in the days, the quarterback sucked, right?
Yeah, and they just
I'm
ran the
gonna-
ball.
So I'm going to say, running
Backs is my guess.
I go wide receivers.
The answer is running back.
Yeah.
These are not exact, but it's around 32,000 touchdowns for running backs and around 28,000 for wide receivers.
Wow.
So we're heading in the
In the last 8 years, wide receivers have outsoutscored running backs every year.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
So
we're
it's
headed
just
in
a
the
matter of time until wide receivers pass running backs with the way the NFL is now throwing more.
Yeah, it's a pass happy league. So that in a couple years that'll change.
Yep. Right? You guys got it right? Well, most of you got it right. Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, you gonna hang with us?
Yeah.
Okay, because we talked about what we're gonna do on the show today. You probably noticed there's a few little trinkets that we put all over this countertop. So today we're gonna do a little geek out on golf because it's the middle of the summertime. There's not a lot going on locally with sports, and even with collegiate sports just kind of getting ramped up, getting ready for the fall. We're going to get real busy with that stuff, but we got some time to talk golf, especially British Open just took place. And if you were watching the show last week, you noticed that somebody here picked Scotty Scheffler just like that. I said, and I think my quote was, you can't pick against
My
him.
man picks the favorite. Like he picked something special. It's not like he picked Matthew Fitzpatrick like young Scotty over here. That was a 5,001 odd and almost competed for it.
I think it was a smart pick, and I'm surprised
smart
nobody
pick.
else was as smart.
You can't say much about it because he won.
Yeah, he did win. He did win. I'll give him credit for the pick.
It's a great golfer.
Credit where credit due. And I did mention he wasn't playing great going into it because he had backed into some top tens, but he played like his dominant self.
Yep.
It was very clear he was the best player on the course. Those guys couldn't compete with him. So it was fun to watch, even though it was a runaway from the start.
Well, my ode to Scotty is behind you, my free Scotty towel. So I still think that's the greatest towel I've ever seen.
I think somebody said on the coverage the only thing that could stop Scotty from winning the British Open was him getting arrested.
Yeah, that
be
was
the first
fun.
time.
That was cool. So all of these, we were having a little discussion about what annoys you in golf. And Scott brought up, I don't want to say annoys, but it's Scott.
One of your pet peeves on the golf
Our
course.
Scott.
I'm going to say the most overrated thing in golf.
Okay,
How about that?
Fair enough. That's fair.
Is what I said.
Yep.
And
That's
what is
right.
the most overrated thing in golf?
I think the most overrated thing in golf is head covers.
So, of course, I came in this morning before anybody got here, and I put all the head covers that we all had on our clubs out on this, just to really liven
None
the
of them are
discussion.
mine. I can assure you that.
Scott even walked in this morning and said, I'm going to move these up. Don't you touch those head covers. So here's the deal, Scott. So head covers, to me, are just fun. They just look good. They're funny. I mean, I love my turd cover because it highlights my game. And then, of course, you get the cover he's got,
Happy
the number
Gilmore,
one, the
baby.
Happy Gilmore. And yeah, I mean, it's
It's the best.
classic.
It's one of the best ones. It's a classic golf movie, so you got to roll with that. But Scotty's disdain for these head covers, he's got a set of clubs from 1970. So
True.
we're not really trying to protect them. Some of us invest some money in these golf clubs, and we want to protect them a little bit. Mainly drivers. I mean, you play a lot of woods because you can't hit an iron very far. So you've got like 7 clubs in your bag. You got to put a head cover on.
See,
Most
I would
people usually
change.
have 1 to 3.
I would say what you just said there. It's not a matter of hitting it very far. I play the woods and the fairway woods and all that because I do better with them, Don. It's a positive.
I got a
you can't
question
look at
for you
these
about the
things.
head covers, though. You're trying to protect your clubs, yet you're swinging a club at a ball and you're hitting roots and rocks without the cover on when you play golf.
Yeah.
And then you're driving a cart, not touching anything with the club, and you're riding down, and you put a head cover on it then. And it doesn't really matter. Then the chances of it getting dinged up are minimal. But yet you take it off the head cover and you whack it. And
Well, it's more for when it's in the truck. The head cover, I leave it on the driver because for a long time I didn't even break it out of the bag, so it just sat there for decoration. But I get what you're saying. What really bothers you, Scotty, is what you should say is the fact that it takes people forever to take the head cover off and put it back on before going to the next shot.
Bingo. That's how it affects me when other people have head covers and they go back and forth and they put them on and off and they have to adjust their clubs and I'm sitting there waiting. I think it would help the pace of play a little bit. You hit it on the head. Yeah. But it is annoying.
What is worse than the head covers is if you had ever seen anybody on the golf course with the iron covers. Those, those might be the biggest joke that you see. Sorry if you have those, but I don't think you need those.
Yeah, exactly.
For many of the reasons Scotty said, you're taking your iron and hitting rocks.
Well, plus you want to name. We all have this affinity toward different clubs in our bag, and it's kind of nice to have like a Don. You might not understand, but so over there on the end of Scotty, that's my little F-bomb. And my little F-bomb comes out if I really need something. It never does what it's supposed to do because I think it's broken, pretty sure. But I try it anyway, and I refer to it as, it's like I'll say, Zack, the F-bomb's coming out this time.
And it's usually a whack F-bomb.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So we get our covers to match the style of play. So it's fun.
Yeah. What else, Mark, do you think is overrated or slightly annoying in the game of golf?
Since we're talking about geeking out on golf, I'm going to tell you that when I watch golf these days, there's multiple things that I would like to see improved. And it's not so much just the pace of play, but just because I think that improvements would be good. As an example, when I watch the British Open, it's pouring rain, wind, and I see the caddy hands the umbrella to the player, and the player then... The caddy takes it back and he plays, and he gives it back, and the caddy picks up this 300-pound bag, and he's walking in the pouring rain, and there's the player walking along with the umbrella. Why don't they both have umbrellas? It would make sense to me that the caddy's holding two umbrellas. He hands one to the player, picks up the bag, and he stays dry. Seems like it'd even be easier for him to keep all the stuff dry. So my advice to the PGA, because they're probably watching, #PGA, #we need umbrellas, give them all umbrellas. And then go one step further. Here's where I think that I'm going to make a difference.
I know where you're going with this one.
Put that big, giant, oversized bag of stuff on a cart. Let the caddy pull it around. It's heavy, Don. And you see these old timers. They're as old as me, and they're lugging these bags around. The player's rooting around in it for his lunch. The caddy shouldn't be carrying his lunch around. If the player wants lunch, put it on a cart and just roll it around. The caddy's fresh. You want your caddy to be helpful. You want him to be fresh.
Before you know it, they'll be riding in a golf cart.
That's what I'm saying. Where do you draw? I was going to say the same thing. Where do you draw the line? Do you think they should be able to ride in a golf cart?
I'm good with that. It doesn't bother me. Not only do I think they should ride in the cart, I think they should ride in the cart with shorts on. I don't know why.
I'm with you on that one. I don't think riding the cart. I think walking is one challenge that adds to it because there is some exhaustion. Granted, these guys are top of the line athletes. They shouldn't be exhausted, but I think walking allows that little bit of challenge, especially with the conditions, heat, rain, cold, whatever it is. But I do agree. I'm not sure why guys can't wear shorts.
Well, and the PGA now has said that I guess you can wear joggers, which to me, that is an abomination.
By the way, it's Mark's favorite thing to wear on the golf course.
Yeah. I might do it. We've got our golf trip coming up. I might just get a pair of joggers, especially the shorter ones, not the ones that come all the way to my ankles, the ones that are like above my ankles.
Just below your calf.
Because that really looks just great.
Got to show off those scrawny little ankles of yours.
I don't get it. They come out now and they're wearing collarless shirts and joggers. You're wearing a T-shirt and warm-up pants. But they qualify this as being okay. Yet, the traditional golf where you still make the guys go through all of these, these different rules that are traditional, yet you let them have T-shirt and warm-ups. I don't know. I think we need consistency here. I like a collared shirt. I like tucking it in and looking a little bit more like you're there for, as a professional.
Cargo shorts or cargo pants?
I'm going to tell you.
I know we give Scotty a little bit of grief every once in a while about those.
I think cargo pants. If you're out, pressure
I don't
washing
wear them on the golf course though.
If you're pressure washing a building, cargo pants are good because you can put your water in one side, you've got your keys in the other, and you've got when you're on a golf course.
And they're dry fit.
And they're dry, yeah.
Yeah.
I say that when you're on a golf course, leave your cargo pants at home. You don't need cargo pants. You don't need all the extra pockets.
Fair enough.
I mean, what do you need in your pockets?
Since we're on the topic of fashion and golf, I know Scotty's got another one that's overrated. Scotty, what's another thing that's overrated on the golf course?
Golf shoes. I think they're overrated. I think the new golf shoes, it used to be metal spikes, and then it was the screw-in plastic spikes. They're all gone now for the most part for the regular everyday golfer. Now they're wearing tennis shoes, and they're marketing them as golf shoes. Props to the golf companies for doing that because they're making a lot more money that way. But I could argue that my running shoes have more traction than golf shoes these days. And we have people that come through our field house here that wear golf shoes as their everyday shoes. So I think it's a little bit overrated. What do you think of Don coming in from a basic spot like that? A golf shoe versus a regular shoe.
I'm gonna be honest. I know nothing about golf.
Don is a sneaker geek though, so
So I've seen them. I've always wanted to buy a pair because I see you could unscrew the things now on them too, right?
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but those things are a dying breed too.
yeah. So they don't even put spikes. Like Quan's got the Nike Air Maxes, the 90s that are golf shoes, but they look just like the Air Maxes I've got on right now.
So I know they're making like Jordans now that
Yep.
are
Oh, yeah, they're
golf
big.
shoes.
Pretty good marketing seriously, it's a great marketing plan by the different companies, but hey.
Because with the golf shoes too, they also come out with some random colors that aren't necessarily in your standard sneaker colors. So.
Are they expensive, the shoes?
Yeah, usually $150, $200 for your top end. But ask Coach Mark, because Coach Mark's got what, 7 pairs?
I love my shoes, and I'm going to say I like to match my shoes with my gear. So if I'm going to wear like a purple shirt, I'm going to wear my orange shoes. Just kind of match it all, make it look good, and plus I don't like my shoes dirty, Don. I know this is if they get dirty, I typically throw them away and get another pair.
There you go.
Because
He doesn't say
He
that.
used to power wash. I'm not making this up, and his shoes wouldn't get dirty.
Really?
And I'm like,
clean them every day.
even when he stained.
Really?
I'm not making this up. I'm not
Wow.
making this up, and I'm
yeah,
like,
I know.
man, how did?
Mark, you're a bit of a
I know
prima
how.
donna, aren't you, buddy?
He
I'm a
comes in
little,
every
yeah, I'm a
day.
little-
He comes in every day and grabs one of the Clorox wipes we got at the front, and he wipes his shoes off.
Really?
Don, you
Every
can tell
single day.
that the man by his shoes. Just remember that. I think so. There's some
There is
philosopher
a
that once
saying.
said that.
I've heard that saying before.
Yeah.
Gosh, I hope they don't look at my shoes and talk about
Scotty
me.
just
You know,
tucked the hiking boots in.
We on this golf trip coming up, we are going to take some pictures of Scotty out there with his cargo pants and his. I
I
gotta
gotta
say
wear
though,
cargo pants on the golf course.
Oh, we just got to give you
It's
a
like
little
I think
crap.
Zach wears a tank top on the golf course more than I wear cargo pants.
I might. Sometimes you
can
got
see
to
him
suns
double
out,
guessing
guns out,
himself.
Scotty.
Get stressed.
I want to get to Zach. Is there anything that bothers you about golf or you think is overrated?
I would say I'm on par with you a little bit with the head covers. Pace of play is just a big thing for me, and I know everybody talks pace of play on a golf course is 4 hours, 4.5 hours, but I think that can be a little disrespectful too at that point. I think about a 3.5 to 4 hour round is probably the max people should be out there, and I think people become a little forgetful of their surroundings and take their own time. I know we ran into it the other day. There were some guys on the course that had nowhere to be. And they were good with if it took them 5 or 6 hours, and we were trying to be respectful and not push them along. But after a while, it's just like, come on, guys, let us go through. And it's all right to play at your own pace, but you got to be willing to let people play through too. So pace of play, I know it's a controversial topic. It's happened in the Ryder Cup. A couple people got dinged, but I don't think we should be playing 4.5, 5 hour rounds. Especially, like, I won't play on the weekends because of that. So
I agree.
you're signing up for a 5 hour minimum, and some of those push 6 hours. Sorry, I got other things to do. I love golf, but I'm not spending 6 hours playing a round of golf.
Well,
agree
with
more.
the pros, the challenge that I have now with them is the amount of time that goes into every shot. We were talking about this if you watch guys like Brian Harmon, and the amount of time that he's just moving and undulating and then looking up and carrying on, and then when they get on the greens and they're stepping into it, they've got their hands up, they're doing all this stuff that just takes so much time. And I'm with you. I think the pace of play, I just lose my concentration. I lose focus when you're out there playing.
Yeah, I think in the opening round of the British Open, I think it was Rory's group. I think it took 5 hours and 45 minutes.
Took a long time for some of those groups. I saw some numbers
I
too.
understand it's a links
staggering.
course and you got some shorter holes and guys are trying to drive it and things like that. Those things will happen. But, I mean, 5 hours and 45 minutes is a long time to play. You're walking the caddies carrying the clubs and all that. So it just
Putting head
adds to
covers
it
back on.
all the time, man.
Well, I can tell when we all have these conversations, there's always a bunch of different opinions. So I think it'd be cool if people send us their opinion.
Absolutely.
Right?
We'd
Because
like
we
to
want to
hear
read
it.
them. We'll read them on the at the next show if we
Yeah,
get
the
some.
next show we'll get some feedback. We want to hear what you guys, what some of your pet peeves on the golf course are.
Yep.
Yeah,
Definitely.
make sure to drop your comments on the underneath.
Yep.
Definitely.
No, that way
Yeah.
you get everyone's comment.
Right.
Speaking of it, Don, before we sat down on the set, you said you watched a movie for the first time. It kind of goes along with the theme. Tell us a little bit about the movie you watched with your kids this weekend.
Sunday, my kid Zoe was like, "Hey, Dad, let's watch Happy Gilmore," and I'm like, "Zoe, you want to know something real funny?" She was like, "What?" I was like, "I've never seen this movie," and I'm a big Adam Sandler fan, so I was just like, "You know what? Let's put it on." We put it on, and I'm telling you, from the moment it started, it was just. And Zoe, she's my second. She's a funny kid. So she's in there like, and then she goes, "Dad, that kind of looks like you." I'm sitting there like,
Yeah, and we all see it. You look exactly like Adam Sandler.
Just a little thicker. But no,
We'll go with that.
that is a classic movie.
no, I'm looking forward. We
I'm
actually,
shocked you
we're-
haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've watched all his movies, all of Adam Sandler's movies except Happy Gilmore. And then, like I said, I was just like, man, I've missed out. So
Yeah.
I've actually made plans. I'm like, hey, we're not doing anything Friday night. Like, it's coming out. We're gonna stay home, popcorn, whatever we're eating for dinner, and we're gonna watch it. We're all gonna watch it as a family.
Thanks
you
for
go.
the
Good
invite,
for you.
man.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to have you come back and give us a review of the movie.
I'll
Yeah.
be sure to give one with you because Happy Gilmore is one of my favorite movies, top 5 all-time movies. So I can't believe you've seen it. I've seen it 1,000 times.
No, man.
So I can recite a lot.
I'm not making this up.
It's
my
almost
first
embarrassing
time.
how much I can recite from that movie. So
That's good. That'd be a fun one to watch.
All right, Don, thank you for coming in.
yeah.
No, you're
fun.
welcome.
Appreciate,
all your
appreciate
help.
all those shirts you're buying for us.
No, you're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. And thanks for the cup.
Yeah,
No,
thank you
you're
for
welcome.
the
Yeah.
I especially like the little blue on the bottom. Better than that stainless steel stuff you were talking about.
Awesome.
No,
Well, thank you.
appreciate you guys for having us. Thank you.